And all of you are professionals at walking and standing. Professionals at a high level, we're looking for this differential. It's really a different perspective. And what we're doing is we're not giving you a new technique to put on top of it. We're not giving you something that you're going to do. I didn't want to give people another task to do. I wanted them to give them a different way to be present with themselves. And that's a kind of generic word, be present with yourself. What does that mean? Well, the details come from me feeling it in the system, watching people move, finding a way for them to move better, and teaching them something that they can own themselves. And, a big part of this came from me studying yoga and really needing to do it myself. The class, there's a lot of follow along. It was going at a speed that wasn't my speed. I always recommend, if anyone here does yoga and you've been doing it for a while, try doing it on your own. There's a certain push that you won't get, but there's a bigger understanding with yourself and what you need and what it feels like in the moment to respond to your own needs that is going to be so enriching. That's the experience of the body of resource. When you go into the center, it is calm, quiet, and can actually be kind of boring until you apply it to your interactions with the world. So it's not being inside and perfecting something. It is purposely finding that clarity so that relational aspect of your life, that story building aspect of your life changes. So speaking to your questions about destabilization, one of the reasons I teach this in standing, a lot of times when you have a deep change, when you're on the ground or on your back, the patterns, the very strong patterns of identity, of self-regulation, of standing on your own 2 feet, of bracing, all of those things just come right back up when you're standing because it's a big task for the body to do. It's a pretty unstable structure. So if you don't have a re-education from big change on the floor to standing, that was one of my ways to provide some guardrails for big, deep changes that might be destabilizing. And the other thing was the explanation, to have a cognitive connection and understanding to what is happening was vital so that you are not attributing changes to something that someone does to you, that you have ownership over what's happening. Now, when you go into these big changes, one of the ways, this whole body of story, reestablishing the midline, the narration, the self-accompaniment, and the oral cavity and connecting it down to the pelvis are ways to help anchor and shore up those changes. This has never been about getting cathartic changes because a lot of time that relies a lot on the setting and there's a big need for an integrative process. So they're changes, but they're changes that you can carry with you through your daily life.